dog, man. She's loud this whole time. I'm trying to make a video here. Shit. Everybody, how's it going? I'm here today with a brand new series where I'm going to be reviewing some movies. I already have a video series on Wednesday nights called Mike and Maddie Live, but I feel like my opinions and expressions can't get all put out in 20-minute shows, you know? I have to express myself in other ways. So this is going to be a brand new series that I'm starting where I review movies. If you know me, I love movies. I love talking about movies. I love critiquing movies. These movies will be spoiler free as possible. I'll never try and spoil a movie for you guys because that just sucks. People hate spoilers. And I'm not going to give it a 1 through 10 rating because that's just not my style of it. So what I'm going to do... The first movie I'm going to be reviewing is Suicide Squad. I know it's a little bit late, but I just decided to start doing this series now, so bear with me. First thing I thought about Suicide Squad was what I noticeably, the standout cast between Will Smith, Jared Leto, Margaret Robbie. It was great, between the three of them there. I thought they all had pretty good presence. The least expected thing I thought was Will Smith's acting was a little in the beginning. I mean, it was fine, don't get me wrong, and it got better as the movie went on. It just kind of felt like a mix between Hancock and like I Am Robot type. Is just action-y, like Will Smith type. But I feel like typically it was pretty good. Margaret Robbie was great. She wasn't overly over the top as Harley Quinn, as some people might have thought she was going to be. But overall, I thought she did a pretty good job. She exuded that kind of animated series character where the character actually came from. It really felt close to that, and the bond between her and the Joker were pretty good. So although Jared Leto's character wasn't as advertised, I feel like they didn't botch it or screw it up at all, which is more than we can say, for some characters. What do you mean? I feel like we didn't get to see too much of him. Now, my understanding is that they cut a lot of it out of the movie, which kind of sucks because his character was good. Obviously, you can't really compare it to Heath Ledger's character because he was probably the best Joker of all time. I would have really liked to see a little bit more of Jared Leto. You didn't really get to see a lot of Jared Leto in the trailers and stuff, so you felt like the unveiling was going to be a nice surprise, but it really just kind of fell flat. There wasn't much, and they didn't really play stupid to the people watching, to the viewer. A lot of times in movies where they re-show the same kind of thing, the origin stories. I don't care for origin stories. We know what happens to these superheroes. If you're going to see a superhero movie, chances are you somewhat kind of learned what the superhero was. You don't need an origin story. I hate when they do it. So they did throw a lot of things in there that were, just here you go, here it is. You don't need to, we're not treating you like an idiot. As far as DC going out and building on their universe, I feel like they did a good job. It really felt like this was part of the same universe that was happening, throughout Batman and Superman and all the other movies. I really feel like you're in, like this is happening right now, especially because they kept in some current event things. They did a side little quick mention to that. So it really felt like you were actually, like this was actually happening in New York City. But on that topic, where was Batman the whole time? I mean, there was a lot of destruction in this movie, and I feel like some of it would have been, Batman would have shown up at some point of this. It's kind of weird, so it kind of throws you out of it for a little bit because the movie starts to feel just like a superhero movie, which is fine because it technically is a superhero movie. The first half goes really well, builds up obviously because you're getting to know these characters, but the second half really started to slow down. It kind of lost me in some points, and not just because I was reviewing it and trying to keep up with things I wanted to bring up, but it was just kind of brought me out of it. And I feel like DC's movies are doing that a lot lately. They just don't keep you in the movie, and it's a shame because some of the characters are awesome. It's just that they set it up so well, and then the second half just kind of fell flat, and it was really kind of disheartening. So the movie was kind of predictable in parts, which is, movies are pretty predictable overall because that's just how movies are. And, the moviegoers are pretty smart, and we figure things out that are going to happen. Movie magic is always kind of a thing that I don't like, and the kind of BS stuff that happens that a lot of people survive, and you're like, oh, like this movie had a lot of helicopter crashes, and a lot of people surviving helicopter crashes, and I feel like in real life, not so much. So a little bit bummed on that sort of action, and the action started to get, like I said, really superhero-y, but overall, like I said earlier, in being this my first review, and I really don't like to do the 1 through 10 scale because who is it to preach, a 10 to me might, not really hold up to you. Who's to say that? So I'm just going to go off and give it a It was alright. It was better than I think a lot of people are giving it credit for. It wasn't as bad. I know the hype was really, really high for it. And whenever the bar's set really high on a movie, it's going to disappoint you no matter what it does. So I feel like it was good. I wouldn't go watch it again. I would see it again. I wouldn't pay for it in the movie theaters because tickets are like $400 now for the movies. It's ridiculous. I hate it and it needs to change. But I would definitely watch it at my house again with somebody if they hadn't seen it. I thought it was decent. It did a good job. It was blissfully mediocre, which when you look at a superhero movie that has, that has the Joker and Harley Quinn and Batman in it, because we saw them in the trailers and stuff, I feel like you need to do a little bit better of a job. This was really their chance to snag us on a, obscure part of comic books that, certain people are going to gravitate to more than others. I mean, look at how good other movies did in the same kind of genre. I won't say any names. Deadpool. It's kind of a shame that it wasn't better. I really wanted it to be better. I really wanted it to be that darker, grittier side, so that way we have the light and contrast side of, like, the Justice League. So that's my review of Suicide Squad. I gave it a, it was alright. If you like this video and you want to see some more reviews, awesome, because I'm going to be doing that. If you don't like this video, I don't know why you're still watching, and frankly, I don't care, because I'm just going to put this on the internet anyway. You can't stop me. It's America. So this review can be found on Facebook, or if you're watching it on YouTube, awesome. But if you're not watching on YouTube, go to youtube.com/MaddEnt. That's where you can find all Mike and Maddie stuff. You might find my vlogs. You find all the stuff I do. I really enjoyed making this review. It was fun. It's my first one, and it was a little weird because I've been recording for like 10-15 minutes now trying to get this all right. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Stick with me, and like always, I will see you in the next video.